Oh, she about to pop the fuck off. Oh, it's his head instead. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, you gotta get out of there. You absolutely gotta get out of there. The bloody handprint?
No, Lucy,
Oh, she dead.
Open fire!
This show is bonkers. I have officially watched the craziest show I will ever watch. There's gonna be spoilers all over this whole video. Elfred Lead pulls no punches with anything it shows you. Now if you can handle the likes of Saw and Final Destination no problem, like you watch it right before bed, Elfred Lead is the perfect show for you. What's going on, guys? My name's Cliff and this is Unpack That Bull. Unpack That Bull, the show where we take a deep dive into pop culture. On this episode of Unpack That Bull, we're going to take a deep dive into the craziest TV show I've ever seen. Now, I don't even watch anime. I dabble in it. You know, I've seen Naruto, I've seen a little One Piece, seen a little Parasite, but this show is ridiculous. There are so many messed up things in this show that I can't keep up.
Please, no. No more.
There are excessive, gratuitous, and detailed depictions of violence and gore, and frequent uncensored nudity that would make Game of Thrones go, oh shoot, you should put a bra on. At first it seems like this is just murder and nudity for fun's sake, but I think the show might be trying to say something. I don't know how well it says it, but I know it is trying to say something through all the blood and gore. Is it that it's okay to hook up with your cousin? Maybe. No, it's not. I've never seen so many ways to kill someone. You can punch through them, you can slice them open, and just like your booty after a night at Taco Bell, explosive everywhere. You know, Elfen is one of those shows that you watched if you're depraved like me, and like I said, I don't watch anime, I kind of just dabble in it a little bit, but this show goes off. Now, technically speaking, this show is just alright. It's really not that special. The storytelling definitely shows potential, but is also kind of sloppy, doesn't stick the landing, and it lacks tact at a lot of times. The background scenery is nice and sometimes very vivid and colorful. The animation and facial expressions are really nothing to write home about. They're average and they just meet the standard for the time it was released. The blood and gore. If anything looks really good in this show, it's the blood and the gore, the decapitations, the people being split in half, punched through. All that stuff looks amazing. And I like what they did with the vectors and the hands with the tendrils. They can't be seen, or you can see handprints on different objects, or how at one point one girl's vector vibrations are so strong and she has so many you can physically see them because these arms are invisible to the naked eye. I really appreciate the detail they did with these arms. They cared about how they looked. And as bad as it might sound, it was really fun watching Lucy carve people down. They put a lot of care into you enjoying that. From the very first frame, literally, Elfen captures its viewer's attention. An eye opens, a teardrop falls, bell chimes, they play a really bone-chilling theme song, and then the lyrics are sung in biblical Latin. This is juxtaposed with naked bodies and various characters of the series. And then we get a scene following that of just body parts and arms going this way and that way. She be killing. So basically in the show, these girls are born and they're mutated with these horns on their head. These girls are called diclonies, and they're the next step in human evolution. They also have arms that grow out of their back that vibrate incredibly fast and are incredibly strong. This unstoppable monster is Lucy, and the efforts to stop this woman from leaving this facility is futile, vis-a-vis a bullet to the dome. Even still, she escapes. She ruthlessly butchers everyone in her path, including those who attempt to show her kindness. In the second half of this episode, the implications that we see are always in the back of her head when her new side is out. Lucy appears to be suffering from a serious form of multiple personality disorder and amnesia, with one of her sides being an ice-cold killer, with the other side being an inaudible little girl. This side effect comes from the bullet she took to the dome. Cousins Koda and Yuka find a naked and amnesia-riddled Lucy, who now only speaks like a Pokemon, so they name her after which is the only word she knows, they take in Lucy Nuyu, and as the organization chases Lucy, she leaves a trail of bodies in her way. All while Kota and Yuka don't know that Nuyu has the killer inside of her. It's crazy, and it's only 13 episodes, and I binge watched all of it for you guys. Now, this first episode of Elfen Lied walks an interesting line between Nuyu being played for comedic value and fan service, because there's a lot of sexual tension of her being, oh, she's innocent, and I'm just trying to help her out, but like, there's better ways than what is this, man? Come on now, step brother, what are you doing? You gotta chill.
What are you doing, step bro?
The excessive gore and sexual charged Nuyu scenes aren't just gratuitous and pointless. Elfen doesn't just give you these scenes of blood and nudity for no reason, at least I don't think so. Throughout Elfen, Lucy goes from being this emotionless, blank killer to a very real, very three-dimensional person. Granted, she's still a killer, but little by little, the viewer is given Lucy's backstory and we can see why she is the way she is, a la John Wick. The show tries to give you core themes to pay attention to while watching it. One of them explores the nature of humanity and these mutants. See, there are other girls, and they're just as murderous as Lucy. The scientists tell us that these girls are aiming to populate the earth with versions of themselves and eliminate mankind. Kill all humans.
Kill all humans. Kill all humans. Must kill all humans.
Bender, wake up!
And they're pretty goddamn efficient at it. But then I started thinking about the conditions of these girls. Look at Lucy. I feel bad. You'll feel bad for her, and then you'll feel worse for her. But then you remember that she's a cold killer.
I will kill anyone, anywhere. Children, animals, old people, doesn't matter. I just love killing.
This cold killer is really two people. She's both Lucy and Nuyu. While Nuyu is the personality of Lucy that's been developed to cope with a mixture of all the trauma she's been through, plus taking a bullet to the dome. And as Elfen progresses, Nuyu starts to remember who she is just a little bit by a little bit, and as her personalities merge and she becomes more tame, I start to wonder, are these girls meant to be the destruction of all mankind? Or is the environment that they're kept in the things that's making them monsters? We can also see how trauma affects three different characters. With Lucy and the rest of the Diclonies, they are brutalized and kept in solitary confinement. The lack of human interaction and torture would make anyone go crazy, and if they had superpowers, forget about it. Then there's the homeless girl they find. She escaped unspeakable evils, and at first rightfully does not trust anyone. Eventually she's taken in by Kota and Yuka, and she learns to trust again. And finally Kota, whose entire life was flipped upside down by Lucy. The experience was so traumatic, he also developed amnesia about the entire event. Like I said, the show fails to stick the ending. The manga does a better job, and I think the show is a victim of being released while the manga was still being written, because the manga has a more fulfilled ending. Like, some of the things in the end don't make sense, where a certain character forgives another character, even though in the manga they don't forgive that character. It's kind of like you wouldn't forgive that character, but spoilers, Let me know if you guys want to check out Elfen Lied. It's not long, I didn't spoil a lot of it. It's blood, gore. Go ahead and check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and check out some of our other content. If you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it to your friends. My name's Cliff, and this has been Unpack That Bowl. Peace.